Hi, everybody. Happy Monday.
Good morning. Thanks for joining with us today.
My name is Rebecca Bertoldi. I'm a digital marketer.
My name is Tara Braatz, and I'm an interior designer.
And we are here to get creative. So, thank you for joining us. And we're trying to do better at being able to see your comments as we're going through. So bear with us for that. And today we have a bunch of creative things to show you, actually. So we're pretty excited. But do you want to talk about anything first?
Well, let's talk about the weather, because I like talking about the weather.
Okay.
Because if you're not in New England, then, you don't know what's really going on if you're following us from other places. So it's pretty cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
We hear a couple birds.
It is, but it's nice and cool.
But it's nice. Yeah.
And I'm so glad we're not sitting here in that humidity that we were just a couple months ago.
It's definitely fall.
It is fall.
Which is super exciting because we get to decorate.
We get to decorate. We get to Legos. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Boots are back.
I was like, where's my sweatshirt? But I'll have to say, last night I was a little chilly. Were you cold last night?
No, not too bad.
We've
had the windows open too.
I was freezing.
It's been nice to not hear my AC kick on and to have some fresh air.
Yeah.
Despite my morning sneezes with the the outside weather, but yeah.
Yeah, but then I have apple candles burning and
Nice.
pumpkin candles, so
Nice
and cozy.
Good.
But which brings us into fall and decorations. So maybe we can share what you found in your garden.
Yeah. So I know you guys have heard us talk about gourds and how much we love gourds, and I've been telling you that I've been growing gourds, and I brought a bunch to show you guys. It's one of each of the varieties down there. So we have this fella. This one's funky.
I like
this one's so funky.
That one's neat.
It reminds me of like coral, like at the bottom of the ocean. So really funky. And I have a few of these in they have different colors in them.
Really?
Yeah.
I am so excited about them.
This little guy. This guy.
Oh.
And this fella.
Yeah.
Who a slug was trying to eat this morning.
Nice.
So yeah, they're growing like crazy. I actually it was like a 4-pack of gourd plants, and each vine is producing so many. And I have that's just one of each, and I have a whole bunch down there and still more to pick. So squash in my garden this year just did incredible. I have a ton of, not acorn squash. What's the other one? Butternut squash down there too.
That's really good.
Well, I'm waiting for it I have no idea when it's going to be ripe.
We'll have to look at them after.
We can look at them.
Yeah.
But there's definitely great, and tomato production is still crazy. I brought in actually filled one of these yesterday, and they were falling out of the top when I was carrying them up the stairs of tomatoes.
So what do you do? Do you just eat your tomatoes, or what do you do with them? Do you make sauce or anything?
I do. I love making salads with them.
Okay.
But I did make another round of sauce this weekend. And essentially, I roasted the tomatoes. I peeled the skin off because you can kind of just pick it right off when it's after they roast. And then I blend them to make sauce. But I find that the roasting them doesn't bother my acid reflux as much.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh?
I don't know if it's because it brings out more of the sweetness and it's a little bit less. Is it raining right there?
Maybe off the trees.
Sorry. I just happened to notice it was raining in one spot, but there's no rain around us. So, I find that it just makes it a little bit better, a little easier. But I think every time I walk into the kitchen, I have a couple grape tomatoes. I could eat some tomatoes.
I'm not a big fan of tomatoes.
Yeah.
No.
Do you like tomato soup?
I do not.
I don't either. Kyle loves it, but he doesn't like tomatoes, like eating tomatoes in the salad.
I don't like tomatoes. I mean, if I was to have a pizza, which I've been trying to stay away from, but if I was to have a pizza, I'd be all right with the sauce on it. But I don't even like spaghetti sauce. So when I have spaghetti,
because you haven't had mine. That's what it is.
Maybe that's it.
So we're getting ready for a bunch of people to come. So the garden salad has been requested there, and then I'm bringing some out to Block Island for Joy when we go.
Nice.
That's one of her favorite things.
I'm really excited to
Me
spend
too.
some time with your friends.
Yeah.
Get to know them.
You guys, it's like days away from getting married, and I'm I'm very excited, and it's going to be really hard to work these next 2 days. I just have such wedding brain right now, and I just want to focus on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am working on your wedding today.
Yay.
So almost everything's packed already. However, there's some little things I still need to collect and get together for you. But I'm really excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
We were fortunate that a friend of ours had a bunch of grapevine that they had in their yard, and they actually said that they normally clip it all down and put it in a brush pile.
No kidding.
Yep.
Really?
So if we need more, we can go back. But if I'm being honest, when I got home, I was looking around the driveway, and there's so many vines there. So we have plenty, and I'm so glad that we were able to save money with that.
Yeah.
Even these ones behind you may even be good.
Okay. We'll have to look.
Yeah, there's a lot of just great things that are all coming together.
Yeah. Well, that's neat, because you can find a lot in nature. I mean, just looking around and walking, right?
Certainly. I think the difference is you know what to do with it. I see those things in nature, and I'm like, oh, I would love to do something like that, but you don't.
You know what I'm looking for, and it's probably going to sound crazy, is, the big wasp nests?
Uh-huh.
They create this big, like, comb. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking for without the wasps.
Well, that's, okay.
Just to decorate with, because I have that big bar mitzvah coming up the end of this year. So I need stuff like that, moss, because it's going to be a Hobbit theme.
Yep. You want real moss?
I don't know. I don't know. If I was to find it, maybe I would try to keep it.
They have a ton down there.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to have to look.
We're going to go foraging in the yard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's amazing to me that we live in a very wooded area, and I just hadn't really looked around my property that much, and it was amazing what we can find just looking around.
True.
So, yeah. A couple things I made for the wedding this weekend. So first, my fiance wanted a different type of guest book. So he asked me to create this. It's always weird in this camera because it's backwards. So essentially everybody signs up here on the top. And the way I did this was a piece of just a blank from Hobby Lobby. And then I got matte vinyl, and I cut it out on the Cricut, put everything together, and then placed it on the board. Now, it was a little tricky at the bottom here, because when I created it in Cricut, like, it was exact cut to this to fit right in. I did not take into account the transfer tape. So when I was actually putting it on the board, it was really tough to really line it up. But I think I did all right.
I think you did too. I think you could sell those.
Possibly.
I really.
Well, he saw it.
Great idea.
He saw it on Etsy.
Oh.
And asked me to recreate it. So we did.
Okay.
But on Etsy they were selling it for like $56 plus shipping. I don't know if it was as big, but yeah, that just happened to be what I had on hand. Mm-hmm. And the other thing I created, just a simple little sign, the driveway that everyone's going to be going up for my family's house. It does split, so we want to make sure people don't end up at the neighbor's house. So just little things that we're putting there to make sure everyone gets there. So, yeah.
Nice.
It's all coming together. So.
Good.
Now, I know we have photos today of one of your staging projects. Mm-hmm. So would you like to kind of walk us through the pictures?
Let's talk about our mugs first so we don't forget.
Yeah. And I will admit, guys, I have a repeat going on because the other mugs are in the dishwasher, if I'm being honest. So, but mine is the Don't Talk to Me Yet and Shh, Almost. Yeah, this is my morning mug. So if I haven't had enough caffeine, please keep your words to yourself.
I just have a classic white mug. It's all white, but I love it because it fits in my hand very well. And of course, I can put my 3 fingers in. That's important when you're finding a mug.
I think so.
I do.
Because the two ones, they don't have good balance.
And then
I love the 4 finger ones too, but 3 definitely.
And then, I just like it. It's classic. It's, a lot of times I like to entertain and get my house together and have people over, which I'm going to start doing again. So a nice white mug. So I bought several of them just to have white and classic, and it goes with everything. It goes with dishes, you know, any color that you want to put and pair together with white. But these are from Crate and Barrel.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to get your photos ready. So if you want to talk a little bit about it and lead it in.
Sure.
No. Sorry, guys. You can do the lead in while I get this together.
Okay, so this house was located in Plainfield, Connecticut. The realtor and I worked together on this project. It was a house that she had owned and was flipping with her partner. And basically she asked me to come in and stage this house for her. It was a living room, bedroom, small kitchen, but it was really cute, even without the furniture in it. But I could see it staged and finished.
Nice.
So this was just a process of just getting, you know, some furniture in there so the potential buyer could see the way that we could lay it out.
Yeah.
So this is the living room. And the other side of the living room. And then this house was down on the shore. So this one was down in Old Saybrook, Connecticut. And, you know, both houses sold pretty quickly. This one was quick return. Before I knew it, I was back picking my decor up. But this one was down, like I said, in Old Saybrook. You could walk right downtown. Really nice area. But I was asked to stage this one, and I wanted to make sure that it had some beachy stuff in it, some decor. But I didn't want to overkill it with beachy.
Right.
So you have to be very careful on how you bring that together.
I think you did a great job.
Thank you. Yeah. So this was definitely an open concept. It was a condo. So when you walked in, but it was a freestanding condo. What I mean by that is there were several condos in this complex, and they're all small houses, individual. So it was kind of neat.
Oh.
It wasn't side by side.
Right.
They were staggered through the neighborhood. Nice people. Just, I felt like I lived there for this particular week, but they were super nice, walking by, saying hi. Probably wondering what I was doing, but and I also was able to meet the new buyers.
Oh, nice.
They had stopped by to just glance at it one more time.
Sure.
But this was a fun project. They both were, and I enjoy staging because my creativity comes out a little bit more. It's mostly the realtors just kind of let me.
Good, as they should.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
So when you came in here and you saw that chandelier, is that kind of what you had to base everything around? Because it feels like it matches so perfectly.
It does. However, as I go, I started with a white cabinet. So that white cabinet in the background there was given to me by a friend who was cleaning out her mom's house. And it was dark wood. And I brought it back and painted it and brought it a little bit back to present time in life. So that was refinished. And I stage with that a lot and also do parties with that a lot too.
I could see it.
And then the picture came into place because I need a large scale for the big wall.
Yeah.
So it's all proportion and angle. And how does the light fixture hit the picture? Because you have to make sure that you're not just putting objects there, that they all kind of connect. Right. So you see the big picture, you see the lamp, and you see how that's staggered. It's not separate.
Right.
Everything steps one behind the other, one in front of the other. So it's all planned.
Nice.
It's not just placed like an object would just be. So then in return, I had to pull the colors out of everything. So the boat went to the lamp, which went down to the plates, which went down to the chairs.
Nice. Wow. It's just amazing that you have like furniture to match almost everything. It feels like.
Yep, and that's it again. And the table is metal.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was like a stone at first, but yeah.
It's a metal table.
Very
which
nice.
brings up the centerpiece.
Okay.
As being metal as well. And then you go back to the lamps.
Mm-hmm.
The lamps are metal.
Yep.
So it just kind of, and you can incorporate gold and silver together. You just have to be able to pull it out in color, right? So I have the gold chargers, the silverware, utensils, which brings you right into the gold centerpiece, into the background.
Yes.
Up into the light.
Very cool. I don't know. I just feel like you have such a gift for it.
Thank you.
So now we're looking into the living room a little bit.
Yeah, that's more of the living room. Mm-hmm. Just a different angle. Yep, that's the other side of the living room.
I think that's the last one.
Yeah. Showing you a little bit more of my decor, but everything that I brought in is definitely under my umbrella of staging.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, I think I asked you this before, but do you have people that are like, "Can I keep all this?"
I do at times. Yeah. Yes.
And you're like, "Yeah, for a price."
Right. But for the most part, I've kind of kept it under my umbrella until it's time for me to sell. But that time is coming soon.
Yeah.
Because I just have so much at times, and it's time to say goodbye to some items and be able to purchase more. Yeah. Because I have to have a big, turnover where I'm not staging with everything the same all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'll let you know when that sale happens because
right?
I'm going to do it and we're going to get it done. And
I think you'll have a line out the door for that sale. You just have so many cool things at home.
Thanks.
It's funny. I was in Michael's the other day. And the woman, I was trying to figure something out for the bottom of the driveway to make sure people are going to go in. And I didn't really find anything that I liked that I wanted to put there. Because, of course, anything I buy, I want to make sure will work at my house for fall. Yeah. So there really wasn't anything that I was feeling. And the woman's asking me these questions about what I have. I'm like, well, my house does look like Michael's. Or at least the craft area looks like Michael's. So I said I have a lot of it, but I ended up finding there was a big sale going on at Michael's too. So I have a sunflowery welcome sign for the bottom. Nice. That will then go on my porch after. Right. Now, Kyle seems to think that we don't need a welcome sign because we have a welcome flag. And I said, we're very welcoming people, But I don't think he gets a say in that. So, and then I feel like when I go to your house, I'm in like Home Goods.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So.
I just found this really neat coffee table. Of course, it came home with me. I don't know if you had. Of
course it did.
I don't know if you saw it last time. It might be fairly new to my.
Where was it?
In front of my sofa, the white sofa.
Okay.
It's glass, but the bottom has snakes, and it goes like that. Well, I don't know where I am in the camera. It goes kind of like this.
Yeah.
And then the snake heads come up. But I have to say, I'm not a big fan of snakes, but
that's really cool.
It's really neat looking. Yeah. So I have 2 sofas in my living room, and it's kind of an odd shape. So I have a bench in front of one sofa that is solid. And in front of the other sofa, I needed something there. But you can't put 2 solid pieces together. You can't put 2 solid coffee tables together in the same room. So I used the glass to open up the space.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll have to take a picture just to show you what I'm talking about next time. Maybe we could do that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll share with you and I'll explain why I do and pros and cons of some stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's always interesting to get like some of that insight from you, just because I don't know, at least for me, like when I see things, I can appreciate how well they fit together, but when I'm putting mine together, that same thing never happens. And it's
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons. Like, even when I'm doing a design project, I have to give them A, B, and C. What option do you want to go? Because it may not, A, may be the right one to do and the one I would like to see done.
Right.
However, the client might not be able to afford that.
True.
And this is what happened the other day. I don't know. Do we have some time I could share?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm working in Norwich, and there's a client that has a surround fireplace, and it's super busy with small, tiny tile.
Oh,
and
like
it goes
mosaic, like kind of.
Yes, and it's in creams, browns, and a camel color, and it even goes up into like the mantle area, so it's all tiled, and the hearth at the bottom is tiled as well, but a different tile. So you have all lights, browns, and then they have this dark blackish charcoal gray tile at the base that has grout lines. So not only do I have all these tiny lines going up the fireplace mantle, I have these grout lines. So what I was trying to do is get a solid piece for the bottom.
Yeah.
So I ended up going down to Salem Stone, down in Waterford, to find a slab that we could put down so it wasn't line on top of lines.
Got it.
However, we'd have to get a masonry because we found out that there's brick under that tile.
I bet there is.
And there's too much because we
sense.
have to go down too much to insert the slab. So now we're looking at plan B and C, right? So then we end up at Tile America looking for long pieces of tile so it doesn't give us these tiny little grout lines.
Got it.
So because you're not standing on this particular surface, and there's not a stove that is going to be sitting on it, you can have smaller grout lines where it won't crack your tile. So basically that's what I'm trying to do, is bring both tiles together, bring them as close as I can.
Right.
So even the grout is the color of the tile.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see that. So that's my conundrum for the week. We're going back and forth to see like what the client wants to see, how much is it entailed, is it too expensive.
And you can't change the grout color at this point, right?
I can't change the surround tile because that would be one, too much, and two, they like it. So because they like it, I have to work with it.
Sure.
But again, I have to show them the pros and cons of what is it going to look like. So, we're kind of on we step back a little bit because I just want to make sure that the homeowner understands and can see what I see. So that's where I'm at this week. So hopefully we can come to some kind of ending of this and maybe find something soon to keep the project moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I'm doing design work, there's a lot of movement, a lot of downtime, a lot of, are you sure? Stuff like that. So yeah.
And a lot of shopping, of course.
Yes. Sometimes I just get really tired of looking at furniture or, because throughout my day or my week, I'm constantly looking at sofas, lights. And then I come home and I'm looking at sofas and lights and moving my stuff around because I can't stop. But yeah, so that's why I enjoy some concerts too.
Yeah, of course. You definitely need a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
So we had the Sun game.
Nice.
Yesterday, actually, at Mohegan. And we won. So that's good.
Nice.
Next game's Wednesday.
Okay.
Big following. A lot of people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So how about you?
Just the whole wedding thing. I am working today and tomorrow, wrapping up a bunch of projects so I can invoice some stuff out. And I don't know, for me, being a business owner, and I don't know if you guys who are business owners relate to this, especially if you're like a solopreneur like me. I was nervous, like I'm not going to be working the last week of September, and that's going to impact my income. And, it's one of those things. It's not like I have a regular job where I can take a week off and still get paid. I had to really prepare for that. And then I'm going to really pay for it on the other end when I come back. But it's, I think I worked it out pretty nicely. I had to work with my life coach to like stay seriously focused on things and be able to say, no, I can't do it till after I come back from the wedding stuff. So it was definitely interesting. And yeah.
Well,
So
it can be a little challenging being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Oh
Because
yeah.
we don't work 9 to 5 or whatever the set hours and have a steady paycheck, right?
Right.
So it fluctuates up and down.
It does.
So being an entrepreneur, anybody out there can pretty much probably agree with us that it can be stressful.
Oh yeah.
I've had friends say, Tara, you work too much. You're doing this too much. You're doing that too much. Yes, I am. But I think in our minds, we have to.
I think so. And I've been working so hard to break that thought pattern.
I know.
Because
it's tough though.
It is. And that's why I do so much personal development work, just to break a lot of those old patterns.
Right.
So it's it can definitely be tough. But I think like once Wednesday comes and I'm in the mix of it,
you'll be fine.
I'll be in the I won't even care anymore.
You're gonna have so much going on and thinking about other things and people around you. It will be fine. You'll
Absolutely.
be fine. But if you're going on vacation sitting on a palm tree, that's a different story. Because then I feel guilty. Someday I'm going to find that palm tree, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, soon.
Okay. So yeah, basically doing that. And I'm thinking of when we're out on the island to record next week's episode, and then we can send it to you guys live so that we're going to be zombies on Monday, so that you can still have something amazing from us, and we can show you all the things that we made out on the island for the wedding. And
maybe we could do like little clips, like we could go down by the water, maybe.
Yeah, we can do all of that. I don't want to do too much video editing, but I can you know.
Yeah, that might be too much. I don't know what that entails. Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can edit a lot right on the phone.
Okay.
But if I'm just like taking clips and popping them together, that's one thing. If I have to really go in and edit, that's another thing.
Yeah.
I did promise my fiance that I really wouldn't work out there. This I don't feel like this is work.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun stuff, and I know Tara's going to be in her zone, like creating, and I want you guys to see that. And we can even share some video from the wedding, maybe. So yeah, we're gonna launch it right at 9, like normal, but it will be a pre-recorded episode, so that you guys can see what we were up to.
Oh, pretty cool.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. I don't want to work. But I'm going to go work and then get ready to be a bride. And and then we're off.
All right.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. If you're watching now, please let us know that you watched live. And then if you're watching the replay, let us know that you watched the replay. And we will see you. We'll technically see you next week, but we'll really see you the week after.
Bye.
Have a great
Thanks
day, everybody.
for being with us.
Yeah. And